Istanbul, Saudi Arabia said Tuesday it intercepted a ballistic missile south of the Saudi capital fired by a rebel group in neighboring Yemen, raising regional tensions amid Saudi claims that Iran is supplying the rebel fighters with weapons. The missile incursion marked the second time the rebels, known as Houthis, had targeted Riyadh since early November as part of retaliation for Saudi-led attacks seeking to break the rebel grip on parts of Yemen. The claim that the missile was intercepted, carried by Saudi state-run media, could not immediately be confirmed. Witnesses in Riyadh described hearing a loud boom, and images on social media showed a plume of smoke in the sky. A Houthi spokesman, writing on Twitter, said that a missile, known as a Volcano H-2, had targeted a royal palace in Riyadh. The backdrop to the attack was the nearly 3-year-old, multi-sided war in Yemen between the Houthis and a Saudi-led military coalition backed by the United States. The conflict has killed more than 10,000 people, displaced millions of people, sparked outbreaks of cholera and fears of a famine in Yemen, the Arab world's poorest country. The fighting in Yemen has intensified in the past few weeks. The Saudi-led coalition and affiliated ground forces, seeking to exploit a schism between the Houthis and their allies, have mounted what appears to be a multi-pronged offensive on Houthi-held territory. Washington ramps up accusations of Iranian aid to Yemeni rebels. On Tuesday, the UN Human Rights Office said it was deeply concerned by an increase in civilian casualties, adding that it had verified the deaths of 115 civilians in the last 11 days by Saudi-led coalition airstrikes, the Associated Press reported. Increasingly, the conflict is seen as a proxy battle between Saudi and its Western allies and Iran. Saudi and U.S. officials have accused Iran of supplying the Houthis with weapons, including ballistic missiles that were used in recent strikes on Saudi territory, a charge Iran has denied. The Trump administration has tried to use the accusations of weapons transfers to intensify international pressure on Iran. Last week, in a news conference that used the missile remnants as a backdrop, Nikki Haley, the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, said the weaponry amounted to undeniable proof of Iran's deepening involvement in Yemen. In early November, the Houthis fired a missile that apparently landed near Riyadh's international airport. Saudi officials, as well as President Trump, said the missile had been intercepted. But at Haley's presentation last week, officials said that there were no indications on the missile fragments recovered that the projectile had been shot down with a Patriot missile defense system. The powerful Saudi Crown Prince, Mohammed bin Salman, called the missile strike an act of war. Saudi Arabia lifts sea blockade on Yemen. But that won't stop a famine. On December 1, Saudi officials claimed their missile defenses intercepted another missile fired from Yemen. Iran has decried the Saudi-led attacks in Yemen, but denies it is providing any military assistance to the rebels.